nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Remember to show respect, make a difference, and set the bar high. Have a great day. Now back to the announcers.
Attention all SMS Student Council representatives. The Autism Awareness Spirit Day will be moved to Friday, April 26th. We will sell bracelets at all lunch periods on Friday, April 26th for $1. We will also dress in blue on Friday, April 26th too. Please see Mrs. Grover so that we can get the posters hung up around WSMS to advertise the special event. If you have any questions, please see Mrs. Grover.
Attention boys and girls tracks team. Please remember that the boys and girls tracks team meet has been canceled last Thursday evening. Will be made up today at John Young. Both boys and girls teams will travel to John Young to compete in a three-way meet tonight. The buses will leave at 4:10. Good luck.
Attention students who come to study time in the morning. Remember, there is no study time for the next 2 weeks. And now for a special announcement.
Well, good morning, Schmucker Middle School. So good to see everyone this morning. I hope you had a wonderful long weekend. Just want to give a last announcement. We are going to get started with iLearn today. I know you are ready and so prepared for that. I think it was great in the hallway today. People were quickly getting to class and getting on time, so that was perfect. Just a couple reminders. Remember when you are testing for language arts today. So when you go to your language arts class, you need to take your Chromebook, of course, a pencil, and then a book. So make sure you take only those things with you. Don't take anything else. Make sure you leave cell phones in your lockers. I would ask right now, after I get done with this announcement, if advisory teachers can just remind students to check, make sure they don't have cell phones or smartwatches. If they do, please take them back to their lockers right away this morning. So again, at the end of my announcement, advisory teachers, please make sure you check, have your students check pockets and things and take those back to the lockers if they have them. Also, I had a couple questions from some ladies in the hallway today. There is no early track dismissal, so you're going to be dismissed at regular time to get out to your track meets for this week, so no need to be concerned about missing any testing time. So I would also like to just say I want to give a quick announcement to a couple classes. I know I made it around to almost all classes last week and talked to students kind of face-to-face about preparing for iLearn. There are only a couple that I missed. So if you have Mrs. Perkins or Miss Turpin, or Miss Miller, and you're a 7th grader, and you have them for 6 periods. So again, 6 period, Mrs. Perkins class, Miss Turpin, or Miss Miller, if you have any of those teachers, 6 period, and you're a 7th grader, just make your way down to the IMC. We're gonna talk real quick, and then I'll send you back to class. It'll take about 3 minutes. So just good to see everybody this morning again, and want you to just go into testing with confidence. You are so ready for this test. Like I said on my visit with students, I think the most important thing is just to go in with confidence. This is totally your time to show off what you know and show off all your hard work. So I hope everyone has a fabulous day today. And again, do your best on iLearn and go in with confidence. So thank you. And I think back to our other 2 announcers.
Thanks for joining us. Today in Advisory, you will be watching the 5-star video. Today is National Earth Day. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Stay down to earth, Schmucker.
Welcome back to 5-Star Life. Coach Seth here to challenge you to rise up and lead. And last week we introduced a brand new 5-Star Life value, the value of integrity, which is huge. If you implement this value into your life, it will transform your life forever. Remember what integrity is? It's who you are when nobody is looking. It's the real you. And we define integrity based off the Latin root word integer, which means whole or complete. Now, I talk to middle school students, high school students all the time who are completely insecure in who they are. They don't know who they are. They're not whole or complete yet. I say yet because adolescence, the very meaning of adolescence, means you're going from being a child to an adult. You're in transition, you're changing, you're growing. You don't know who you are yet, and that's okay. But we talked about the importance of being self-aware, right? Stepping outside of yourself, looking, observing yourself and seeing, okay, what do I like about myself? What do I want to change to be whole, that perfect, that whole complete person that I know I can be? Man, I got this attitude, I have this edge, I'm sensitive, I'm insecure. I want to be more confident. You step outside of yourself and you see, man, I'm angry, or I'm judgmental, or I talk behind people's backs. I don't want to be that person. I want to be upbeat. I want to be positive. I want to be a person that can be trusted and has good relationships. See, the beautiful thing is when you live with integrity and you become self-aware, this incredible person called you comes into shape. So we've been asking the question, who are you? If integrity is who you are when nobody's looking, who are you? And I want to specifically talk today about who you are academically. Like, what kind of student are you? See, the type of student you are today will determine so much of your future, right? If education is the foundation of your life, depending on what kind of student you are determines so much of your future. So what kind of student do you want to be? And more importantly, it's spring. Spring fever has hit. The weather has turned, right? And this is the time of year when students are like, I just want to be done. You're counting down the weeks till school's out. Even teachers are doing the same thing. Spring fever has hit. You've got the big test coming, right? Some of you may have already taken it. But you've got testing. You're learning new content. The beginning of the year is just review. Now you're learning new content. You're testing. There's all this stuff. And you're just like, I just want to be done. And the type of student you become in the spring will determine for many of you whether you're going to finish the school year failing, whether you're going to finish the school year on top and go into next year struggling or confident and secure. So I'm going to ask you again, what type of student do you want to be to finish the school year? You get to choose, right? You don't just have to go through the motions and follow the crowd and saying school's boring, I'm so ready to be done. Like, make a decision. How do you want to finish the school year? However, I know a lot of you feel enormous pressure with the state standardized test. You have been labeled. Maybe last year you didn't do well in that test. And I want to say this. Education does a great job at measuring certain qualities, right? Your cognition, your comprehension, your skills at reading and writing, all those things. But it does a lousy job at measuring really important things like your character, like your work ethic, things that will make you a huge success, right? And so let me tell you this. If you failed last year's test, do not feel like a failure. Don't let one test tell you you're a loser, you're a failure, you're inept. No. What I want you to do is I want you to let that roll off your shoulders, and this year give your very best, because there's some things you can do this year, this spring, to finish the school year strong. See, not everybody learns the same way. And I want to break down 4 different learning styles that if you can better understand like the way you learn best, it's going to help give you confidence to finish strong the rest of the school year. So the famous scientist Albert Einstein said that everybody, every single person, is a genius. But if you judge a fish by the way it climbs a tree, that fish is going to feel like a failure. It's going to feel like a loser. And unfortunately, the way some of our education system is set up with the standardized test, it's made to judge certain things. It's judging fish to climb trees. And the reality is, everybody learns differently. Everybody has different skills and gifts. Now, am I saying this so you have an excuse to say, I don't learn well through reading and writing, so I just can't do school? No. I'm also not giving you an excuse to say, well, my teacher doesn't teach me in my preferred learning style. No, that's an excuse. What I'm teaching you is you have a learning style, and if you understand how you learn best, you can use that to your advantage, right? You